It is Reviews Day Tuesday, and this week it is the Quiet as Mouse Book Club, and I will be reviewing The Little Mermaid by Hans Christian Andersen, and other stories. Sort of. I, like many people, only knew The Little Mermaid in its Disney musical form. I knew, of course, that the original fairy tale existed, and I knew that it was different, but I didn't know it. The original tale is a lot darker. It's a lot less happily ever after. The story is about the Little Mermaid, who is unnamed. She has 5 older sisters. When they reach 15, they are allowed to rise to the surface and sit on the rocks and watch the ships and see the land and the trees and the towns. When the Little Mermaid is old enough, she does rise to the surface and she grows to love human beings, and one human in particular, the lovely prince. The Little Mermaid wants to be with him, but she also wants the immortal soul that his loving her would give her. When mermaids die, they turn into sea foam. They do not have an eternal soul like humans, and she wants one of those. So she goes to the witch, who cuts out her tongue and gives her legs so that she can go on land, but every step she takes with those legs is excruciatingly painful. She goes to the prince, who is very kind to her and is lovely, but doesn't love her. He loves somebody else, and they get married. Then her sisters come to her and tells her that she can become a mermaid again if she stabs the prince and kills him. But she can't do it, and she dies. But there is a little bit of hope at the end, because she becomes a daughter of the air, and if she strives to do good for 300 years, then she can get an immortal soul or something. So yeah, it's slightly different to the Disney film. I think it's a good tale. It has good things to say about not changing yourself for other people, for not putting all of your worth in what somebody else thinks of you. And I like how it ended. I'll give it a 3.6. I think it's a good idea to read fairy tales like those that you knew as a child or that you saw adaptations of. It's interesting to compare the stories that I knew as a child with the stories that I was reading now. It was interesting to think about what I remembered and what the adaptations of these stories held back. For instance, The Emperor's New Clothes and The Ugly Duckling are in here as well, so it was fun to read them. And The Snow Queen's pretty good. It's one of the longer ones. It has, I think, 7 parts, but there have been so many adaptations of that over the years and so many things inspired by that over the years. For instance, Frozen, that is a really good thing to read. So those are my thoughts on The Little Mermaid and other fairy tale type things. The next book that I will be reviewing, hopefully, is Grace's Guide, and that will be on the 4th of November if it arrives in time. And after that, the next classic novel I will be reading is Great Expectations by Charles Dickens, and that will be on the 18th of November. I am really excited to read that and to getting one step closer to my goal of reading the complete works of Charles Dickens. What fairy tales did you like as a child, and what fairy tales do you like now? I hope you have a good day, and see you tomorrow.